With the Bedbug Task Force, this is Andrew. We're doing an inspection of a mattress to show you how it's done. So Andrew, why don't you tell them what you're doing here?
So we're just looking around the seam on the mattress, the thick join. They like to group together and they like to go in closed spaces. So we're just looking around, and we don't usually have to dig really hard. You know, if they're going to be there, you'll see them. The other telltale sign is if you look right here, you can start to see black dots, which is feces. So usually follow the trail. You can see it going all the way down. And again, little nooks and crannies where they like to hide. So if you look in here,
are those bed bugs right there?
You can see all of this right here. So if I just get a little closer, there's a lot of dead bodies. I don't really want to do a lot of poking, but one looks like it might be alive, but it's not. But I can see, if I just give this a tap, you know, that one there. So that's where it was.
There, just throw them on the bed, we'll have a look at them.
That was sitting in that corner. So again, you don't have to dig too hard, but you can actually get a good idea from this about how fast they move.
Okay.
Right? They're not snails. They don't go that far, but yeah, they go as far as they have to. But it's you know, it'll run. And imagine how far that's going to travel at night to come and have a meal. So in this corner of the bed right here, it's harder, you can't really see with the flashlight, but if I look, there's 3 or 4 adults in there, and then the same under the bed, and if you just look, you can see how concentrated the black dots get. You know, not to say they live where they poop, but basically they do, right? And if you just come and look on this other corner of this same box spring, you'll see, if you just come around, and if you come around here, Steve, you can see, just if I can flip that down, just look at that.
Oh yeah.
Like about a real concentration of feces in this case.
Okay.
And if I can.
And what are those white things that we're seeing there, Andrew?
You talking about the dead bodies, the casings?
Okay, so the casings, can you tell us what those are? Yeah,
the casings are basically the molted skin. From as they grow, they expand like other reptiles. They shed their skin and then carry on. So the casing is just kind of like a faded, very light brown, almost I think it's yellow or white, Steve said. And white, if it is actually white, could very well be the eggs. I mean, the eggs are very small, white. They kind of look like an egg, sometimes with a black dot in the middle. And you'll find them all over. And I'm just looking here.
How small would you say they are?
The eggs or the casings?
The eggs.
You know what, I would say about 1 millimeter, maybe even less, anywhere up to a couple of millimeters. Really not that big, so we're talking, you know, really quite small. The adults, you know, if you look at that black dot maybe on my finger, is a better indication of an egg might be around that size. The adults, as you just saw, can be quite large, and I can see an adult right here. If I just give it a little nudge, you know, away it goes.